Have a seat.
Can I help y'all? Can I help y'all?
Have a seat.
Can I help y'all?
Have a seat.
I'm not gonna have a seat. I'm good. I'm
Have a
good
seat.
standing up. Like, where's the other lady at?
What's up?
Where is the other lady I got into it with?
I don't know yet. We have officers looking
Okay,
for
so why do you just have me in here? Where the she
whole
at?
family crowding around me and I'm by myself.
Where the she
Sit
at?
the oh!
No, I'm not going to. What is your problem? Like I said,
Sit
nigga.
down now. Okay.
Where is the lady I just
Let's
got
go.
into it with? Where is the lady I just got into it with? Where is the lady I just got into it with? Y'all have cameras. I said, I have not done shit to this lady at all. You're pulling my hair.
Yeah, because you're resisting.
I'm not resisting shit. You
Yeah,
can
there
put
you
it on
go.
me like I said. Here, I can put the bag down and
No, you're
everything.
good. You're good.
Like I said, y'all want to approach me, a black female, but don't want to approach her. She said some dumb shit out her mouth.
Now, see, that's the problem. As you see the officer trying to talk to her civilly, and she doesn't want that. She wants to argue and fight and tell the officer how to do his job and tell the officer what she's not going to do and wonder why she's in handcuffs. So to kind of give you an idea of what's going on, at the beginning of the video, there was a disturbance at Walmart apparently, and they called the police. It was between the lady you see here and another apparently Latino lady, and from what she said, there was no punch thrown, no physical altercation, but 9 chances out of 10 what happened was after the altercation, the other lady let it go and she continued on because she got to get her point across, because she has to be right. She has to be intimidating. She has to be, the alpha and omega in the situation. So when the police approached her, she was irate, and understandably so. If you get into it with someone, you're probably going to be upset too. But normal functioning adults do not continue with this type of behavior. So the officer takes her in the back because she's disturbing the people in Walmart, and that's when we start the video. She's telling the officer what she's not going to do. She's being disrespectful, and the officer got upset. I just wanted to point out that this type of behavior happens all the time. I have friends in law enforcement, family in law enforcement. I watch a lot of body cam videos, and you see this over and over again because the culture is, or the culture has been, for black women, I'm always right. You can't tell me nothing. I can get away with murder. That's the culture. That's the culture that the left, when I say left, I mean the progressives, they've empowered women, especially black women, to think that their crap don't stink. They can say and do what they want. They can be racist, might call the white officer crackers and all these other things, but if they say anything to her, call your sergeant. I'm gonna sue you. I need a female. But today's climate, the left want to put men in women's sports. But at the same time, they're telling you, you don't need a man. A woman can do anything that a man can do. Sounds like a lot of confusion to me. And I think that's a lot of the reason why Kamala Harris lost this election. I mean, besides the fact that she's incompetent, I think that most people saw that the last thing we need is a woman running this country. And I know that's not going to be a popular take, but it's the truth. Too emotional, too much vanity involved. This is a perfect example. This should have been a 5-minute interaction with the police. Tell them what happened, the other person tell them what happened. You go about your business. Now she's going to jail. So whose fault is that? In her eyes, it's not her fault. She's going to blame the police. She's going to blame Walmart. But she's not going to hold herself accountable. She's not going to say, well, maybe I shouldn't have been so loud. Maybe I should have calmed down. Maybe I shouldn't, take out my issues on the traveling public or the shopping public, No, the police shouldn't have said that to me. I don't feel like being bothered. That's the culture that has been pushed upon black people from the progressives. Lawlessness. They clearly don't believe in God. And they're telling women that you don't need a man. And they're telling women that men are not important. Let's continue.
Go ahead, put them on nice and snug. Like I said, put them on nice and snug.
I need all the office. You have a seat now?
No, I do not want to have a seat, sir. Like, but don't you understand?
What's in this pocket?
Look in it. You got me a haircut. Look at it. The with you. The with y'all. Like I said, y'all won't look at nobody else but y'all won't look at nobody else but a black female. I swear to God, y'all won't. Like, y'all don't understand that shit. This lady started with me on her dumbass mouth. Like, all I did was come, like, I didn't even touch it and say shit to her. I didn't touch her and say shit to her. I'm here in the shop.
What's your name, sir?
He know my name. He got it.
I'm asking
He
you.
has my name.
We don't need to yell, right?
First up, that's not my name. My name is Raven. He knows my name.
Raven.
He knows my name. Like I said, that's your bathroom and everything. I swear to God.
Now, see, this is what I'm talking about. The father out there, and he wants to tell the police officer how to do their job. Instead of raising your daughter right and teaching her to respect authority, no. He's out there knocking on the door after the police officer told him not to knock on the door. They told him, he doesn't follow simple instructions. So if he doesn't follow simple instructions, why would the daughter? And that's the generational issue that we have. That young lady is very angry. I don't know the person personally, but she's very angry, clearly. And she wants to not be bothered, but she wants to have the ability to bother others. The people in Walmart don't deserve her yelling and screaming like that. They trying to shop. They trying to, enjoy their day. But you have this young lady who's upset because somebody said something that she didn't like, and she wants to make a scene. What I would tell that young lady is this: welcome to adulthood. If I had a nickel for every time somebody says something to me that I didn't like, I'd be rich. But the father, the upbringing, that's important in these situations. Because I was taught, my father was military, and I was taught respect authority, stay in your place, and take care of it on the back end. So in this situation, if you feel like an officer is wrong, you don't fight an officer in the street. You take him to court. That's what you do. Because in the streets, you're going to lose 10 out of 10 times. So we need to educate people on what's right and wrong. You ever notice that most of the people who say, I know my rights, really don't know their rights because they sit on social media and they listen to people who don't know what they're talking about instead of picking up the law book and learning the laws. Educate yourself. There's a whole saying, if you want to hide something from a black person, put it in the book. Unfortunately, a lot of times that's true. We don't take the time out to educate ourselves. We expect for somebody else to educate us, and that opens the door to deception. So this right here is exactly why that young lady acts like that, because her father can't follow simple instructions. Don't knock on the door. Now, are you allowed to be concerned about your daughter? Absolutely. But you have to be an adult first, a man first. You have to lead. And that's the problem. Let's go on.
Shit, you will lose your job. I swear to God, you will lose your job. I swear to God, I cannot sit down. I cannot sit down. Ow! No job. No. I swear to God. I swear to God. I swear to God, bro.
Raven, knock it off, all right?
What's wrong with y'all?
What's wrong with you?
I came here to shop. Like I said.
Can I hear
I
you
came here to
scream?
shop. I came here to shop. With me. The job.
Close the door. They don't want to listen.
Bro.
Yeah, well, we told you not to knock again.
I can hear my daughter yelling. I'm telling her to calm down, bro. That's what I'm doing. Telling her to calm down.
Let me double watch this.
But can I ask you a question, though, sir?
In 1 second.
Now, I gotta. Now, we didn't do nothing wrong.
You did something wrong. She did something wrong.
What did she do, sir?
I
Well,
gotta
that's
get back
for you.
in there with her. So.
Well, can I ask you, what did I do wrong, sir?
Yeah, let me just.
I have nothing. That's my work badge. That's wrong. I'm just.
Okay, so I'm going to stop it there. And I'm going to point out a few things. Officers tell her to sit down, and what does she do? She gets louder and tells officer what she's not going to do. Now, mind you, she's in handcuffs. She's detained. And she still have the mindset that I can do and say what I please. Then you have the father who gets arrested. And remember, he's pointing at the officers. He's essentially trying to be intimidating. Then when they put him in cuffs and they show him, they use force and say, hey, we're not playing at this point. Now you see he's calm. Remember when we were children and we would test the waters? You know, your parents would say, hey, don't do this. And we would keep inching closer and closer until we get popped or until we get grounded or until we get timeout, whatever the case may be. Same thing here. He figured that I can keep provoking these officers and they're not going to do anything. We need to stop this. This needs to be stopped. Raise your children to be respectful of others. You be respectful of others. Everybody say they want things to change, but nobody's willing to change. This gentleman shouldn't be going to jail. His daughter shouldn't be going to jail. But because of bad decisions, they're going to jail. And you notice he just asked the question, what did I do? Well, for starters, you're not acting like a man. Police officer asked you to stop knocking on the door, let them do their job, and you keep knocking on the door. I have a 5-year-old son. If I tell him to stop doing something, he'll stop doing it. I'm assuming this man is well into his 40s, and he can't do it. That's a problem. But the main point I wanted to make about black women is this. And this video, this is just one video. And I'm going to show more videos throughout time, but I just wanted to use this as a springboard. I do not want to listen to anyone. I think I know better than everybody else. I don't need nobody else until I need somebody else. Call your sergeant. I'm going to sue you. I'm not going to do anything that you ask me to do, even though you have a gun and a badge, and you could severely hurt me or kill me. What sense does that make? Everyone should look at this video or videos like this and say, how did we get here? And I'll tell you how we got here. There are some people who like division. So what they've effectively done is they've taken away the relationships, especially with black people. The relationship between a man and a woman in the black community is non-existent. Other than sex, what do they really do? The black marriage, the black family, gone. So the men are not men, or they don't act like men, like what a real man is. And the women are told that they can be a man. So that causes confusion. So you have these violent, disrespectful, racist, implacable women that feel like the world revolves around me. So why? And you could just look at this election. The Democratic Party wanted to cater to Kamala Harris because she's a woman and she's a woman of color. I don't personally think she's black, but she's definitely something. Just non-white. And they had everybody in their party get behind her, of course. Then you had a lot of celebrities and, a lot of men. Those are a lot of weak men. They came out and their whole point was, well, a woman would be great in power. Who believes that? So I'll give you an example. I live in a community that I would say there's a large intention of black people, and our district attorney is a black lady, and I can't stand her because she doesn't do her job. She dismisses so many cases, don't even prosecute them. Well, for one, she's a Democrat, and for two, women, for whatever reason, are tough on. They're not tough on crime. They're pretty lenient, and communities are falling apart. I lived in Atlanta years ago. We had that female mayor. Let's just say I don't live in Atlanta anymore. Now, am I saying women can't lead? Not saying that at all, but it has to be the right woman. And she has to not be as emotional as most women. But that goes for any aspect of life. Everyone's not meant to be a leader. And you see that. Everyone is not meant to be a leader. And until we understand that as a people, we'll never get nowhere. Quit following people who are not leaders. Use common sense. If you know right from wrong, let that be your moral compass. Not somebody who has a lot of money. Anybody can get a lot of money. That doesn't mean you're smart. It doesn't mean you're well versed. It doesn't mean you're that you're morally correct. It just means you have a lot of money. Don't be fooled. Don't be deceived. But the last thing I'm gonna say about the demise of black women is black men. We've created an atmosphere where there's a lot of simping going on, especially in the black community. There's a lot of simping going on. They give women too much power. I see it all the time at the workplace. Anytime they hire a woman, all the guys act like horny puppies, man. They're chasing these women around. They're always in their face. I came up in an era where we didn't hang with women. We talked to women, we dated women, we did what we did with women. We didn't sit up on them all the time. These young black men, they want to sit up on women all the time. They want to cater to women all the time. And they give them power. So now these women feel like, you know what? I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread. And that causes that vanity that we see all too often. That's why these women are so disrespectful. That's why they're so out of control, because they're not held accountable. And a lot of these thirsty guys, they put them on pedestals and they're creating a monster. The monster that you see here. So, in closing, I'm going to say, man, use common sense. Don't let nobody tell you how to live. We had 70 million people voted for Kamala, but every one of those 70 million people would agree that immigration and our economy is terrible. You don't believe me? Try to buy a house. You're going to pay almost double what that house costs because of the bad politics on the left. But 70 million people voted for that. And those same 70 million people, if she would have won 2 or 3 years from now when we fight in World War III or we, overrun with illegals, y'all be complaining. Y'all be the first ones to complain. You gotta be smart. You gotta use common sense. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it at that. Hope you got some value from this. And just want to say you guys have a blessed day.